Al Snow was backstage last night at Raw in Lexington, Kentucky, and that wasn't even the biggest news to come out of the event. We got more members in the Elimination Chamber. We got full-blown Hollywood Rock back in WWE. And in case you're getting tired of hearing about it already, we're on the road to WrestleMania. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We got you the whole way. It's Spandex Stand-Ups. Evan, how you feeling, man? How you liking the new digs?
I love it. I
one
love
episode in the old place. We're out of here.
We moved out. We moved on and up because of y'all's support, because of all of y'all's clicking on subscribe. We have elevated our game. Shout out to the new studio.
The
Drew
good
Harrison,
people at Project Nerd have already
here.
bumped us up. They're like, you guys are stars.
Dude, listen, it's because wrestling is hotter than it's ever been.
Is that like... When we were kids, we're like, wrestling's on the way up. But like now it really is.
Yeah. No, I mean,
and we're full-blown adults.
I mean, it's crazy. Everybody is talking about Cody finishing the story. I never thought I'd see it. People are losing their minds over The Rock returning and just going full heel. The promos people are cutting, Seth Rollins coming out here, forming an alliance with Cody Rhodes last night on Raw.
Everybody is stepping their game up.
Things are just, we're in for treats, is what I'm saying.
Yes,
we're
man.
in for treats.
Must watch TV every step of the way. Let's get up to some news up top.
The news.
We've seen the news. Okada likely headed to AEW. Mercedes Moné heading to AEW. And you guys know we're a WWE podcast. So, Drew, why do we care about that?
We'll talk about it.
I wanted to turn that into any of the AEW people you're hoping jump ship in the next couple of months.
Oh, and head over to WWE?
Yeah, because we've heard the Buddy Matthews or whatever. Is that his name in AEW? I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
We've heard, Aleister Black coming back. We did get to see El Idolo come back. So
Yeah, I mean, Andrade's promo on Monday Night Raw was fantastic. He's talking about how he's finally figured it out. Love to see that. I mean, obviously, I think, the big name people want to see from AEW is MJF.
Right.
Maxwell.
I love that he's
Jacob
kind of disappeared.
Friedman. He is probably the best on the mic, great in the ring. He's young. He's a world champion. Yeah. I mean, he would be...
He's got the pedigree, as they would say.
He's got the pedigree, and I think when you think about the, some of the energy that he would bring...
Dream opponent right away. Who do you want him seeing against MJF?
Oh, man. MJF comes in... I mean, I think I want him immediately to go against Kevin Owens.
Okay, I love that.
I think that's just like the fight I want to see.
I got you. I want to see Seth. I want to see Seth and MJF go at it because that in-ring action is going to be spectacular.
Yeah. I just want to see that on the mic, them two just going at it.
Because I can hear MJF making fun of his music as we speak.
Totally. Exactly.
Scott D'Amore fired from TNA. I know that's old news, but just came out this week. When he found out he was getting terminated, he tried to buy it.
Really? For how much?
They didn't say a number, but they said it was rejected almost immediately.
How much you think TNA is worth at this point?
I don't even know, man. It did go back to TNA, so it's got a little buzz about it.
Yeah, that's some.
You know the wrestling business, all about the buzz.
Totally.
Well, I got something cool to show you real quick. Undertaker has a new graveyard escape in the WWE experience in Riyadh.
Saudi Arabia. Yeah, they've been doing commercials for this WWE experience. And
so here we go. This is on Triple H's... he released it on X today.
Okay, let's see it.
So I think it's an escape room type thing. Or like it's something you gotta, like a thing you walk through. Hopefully there's some puzzles about it. You know, like I feel like nowadays you throw the word escape, and there's got to be some like you use your mind to get out of it kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it looks like they spent some money on it. You know,
I mean, it looks like it's only a matter of time before WWE licenses
Escapers.
the WWE. No, just like the WWE experience to either Disney or Universal.
Oh, look at that! It's got the names.
Oh, I love that.
That's good.
Just
That's
the whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very curious as to what the WWE experience is over there.
And I love that the Undertaker's becoming this persona after the career. You know?
Absolutely,
he's a YouTuber now.
I mean, how can you not? I mean, he is basically becoming Stone Cold. I mean, Stone Cold is as cool as he's ever been.
Yeah.
The Undertaker is just such a legend across all sports.
Legends never die.
And you know, even when you look at your favorite athlete playing NFL, MLB. They're all drawing inspiration from professional wrestling. The characters, the stories.
At the soccer match, he delivered the ball at the soccer match.
I mean, totally.
I love that he finally can walk to where his knees are at. So that's nice.
Yeah.
He paid out. He was smart. He's like, I'm going to walk slow when I'm younger. So I, actually walk like that when I'm older.
Totally.
Al Snow was backstage at Raw last night from Lexington, Kentucky.
Love that.
Did you watch The Wrestlers on Netflix?
Yeah, I thought it was great.
I want to go to OVW at some point.
I thought it was awesome.
They sell out now, so I mean, we'd have to go stand in line, but I think it'd be a fun experience.
Yeah, I mean, Al Snow on that show, he's everything you want him to be. He's not dressing up. He's very much
voice now. He's old. He's got the whole
I love how that one guy, I think his name is Matt, is just trying to make him laugh and smile the whole time.
Oh man, the seizures freaked me out a little bit. I mean, I grew up with a family member having that, but like. Something about it, I'm like, turn the cameras off.
Yeah. I just love how Matt's always like opening up to Al, and Al's always just kind of like uncomfortable. Matt's always like, listen, man, like, now I know emotion isn't a big thing for you. And I can tell Al internally is like, don't tell me what isn't and isn't a big deal for me. Emotion's a big deal for my dog Maya, who's joining us.
I heard y'all talking about Al Snow.
That's my puppy Maya.
You mannequin head was
she's
your
a big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
She's a big wrestling fan. But no, I just love how Matt's always like, come on, Al. And at the end, like when he makes him smile, it makes him laugh. Such a big deal.
Or that hug, he got a hug at the end. He thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
He just makes it clear the entire show that he is seeking Al Snow's approval. It's just so great.
I love that he's like, I want that man to love me.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Drew McIntyre being touted for a live event in May in Italy.
Love Drew McIntyre.
Is that a new deal?
Yeah, I think Drew McIntyre is on the cusp of having probably the greatest run he's ever had. When you think about all of the storylines going on right now, somehow Drew McIntyre is touching each of them, and in a weird way, he's orchestrating it all. He's
playing that manipulator behind the scenes too, and he's good at, because the whole time he's been called the Scottish psychopath, and they truly haven't let him be that character.
Right. Well, and right now, he's taking a page out of Roman Reigns' playbook, which
is a page out of Triple H's playbook, the cerebral assassin.
Yeah, and it's basically, it was when Roman Reigns came back after the cancer diagnosis, and he had to take a break. But then when he came back, what was the motto then? I believe it was a show up,
conquer,
destroy everybody.
We're not talking about him anymore.
I think it was, but what was it? It was show up, destroy everybody, destroy everything, leave or something.
Yeah.
That's what Drew McIntyre's doing right now. Is he's showing up, he's destroying everything, and then he's leaving. So, taking a page right out of his book.
So what you're saying is this is some nice groundwork he's laying for the great character he's going to become.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think 2024 is going to be very kind to Drew McIntyre.
I know we're going to talk about the belt here just in a little bit, but you think they pulled the trigger on him in WrestleMania? Let him get his actual run in front of a crowd?
I think. I mean, at this point, I think it makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Because again, right now, the crowd is rallying behind him in a very organic way.
Yes.
The same way the crowd is rallying behind Cody in an organic way. I mean, it's so funny. I mean, when you really think about it, someone like Cody, for example, it was a perfect storm for him to show up and just get booed. When you really think about it, his return. But that didn't happen. People were loving it. The fans were just like,
I love that they're more inclined than ever before. Like, they have done it in the past, but they've been hard-headed, Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
To go with the crowd.
Right.
They seem very open to the crowd dictating, like, hey, we're going to throw this guy in front of you. Mm-hmm. You tell us if he's a face or a heel.
Right.
And I'm digging that. Like, this is what we've wanted our whole lives.
Right. Well, and you know, it's funny you just brought that up about, you know, giving the crowd what they want versus not giving them what they want. I mean, the Vince McMahon strategy was never give the crowd what they want, ever.
Give them a little bit, but not all the way.
Yeah, and always, like, hang the carrot in front of them, but never give it to them. And even when you looked at the matches on Raw for many years, I'm talking like from 2017 to about 2021, just some really uninspired bookings.
Yeah.
If you look at just like Raw and SmackDown, like what the cards look like. Sometimes it would be the same match over and over again. Sometimes it was just matches that didn't make sense. And it almost felt like it was on purpose. Like, we're not going to give you these matches. But now the motto seems to be, give the crowd what they want. I mean, I think, what are we getting next week on Raw? I saw that they're promoting.
So much.
What was it? It was, they're promoting a massive match. I still want to say it's Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, we get Drew McIntyre, Cody
Rhodes
on
Monday Night Raw next week. I mean, that is a WrestleMania level match that we're getting on Monday Night Raw.
I can't remember now, and I'm kicking myself for not writing it down, but there's a battle royal for an Elimination Chamber spot coming up soon, too.
I'm excited about
Either
that.
on SmackDown. I love a good battle royal.
Yeah.
And then last news up top, we got Rock to be full-blown Hollywood Rock again. Cody Crybaby's merch on the way.
Dude, I love that. We need it. Let's do it. You know, if The Rock is going to embrace this heel character, I mean, it's really fascinating. I don't know, but I think, all right, they're going to push Cody Crybabies, all this stuff, but The Rock is a very smart man.
Yes.
So The Rock, I think, and ultimately The Rock, I truly believe, I see what he's doing, and I'm kind of disgusted by the slap. I hate it. Mm-hmm. But I still believe in my heart of hearts that The Rock is the people's champ. Uh-huh. And I think he's playing. I think he's playing the bloodline right now.
Right.
And I think at WrestleMania he is going to deliver for the people. He is going to put Roman Reigns in his place. He is going to put the title on Cody Rhodes. I do not see The Rock unless he's exposed before WrestleMania. I don't see him playing his cards before then.
Yeah.
I see him going into WrestleMania aligned with Roman Reigns. But I could easily see WrestleMania ending with The Rock distancing himself from the bloodline, becoming that baby face again. Because when you really think about The Rock long term, The Rock doesn't want to be a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. So what when you think about what can The Rock do to really re-win the WWE universe over again, it's put the belt on Cody.
Yeah.
That's what he can do for us.
Yeah.
That is what will get the people to stop booing The Rock.
Yeah. What I would love is if he was, and his ego would never allow it, is he puts a belt on Cody and then Cody still hits him with a crossroads. He's like, that's for the slap.
I would love to see that. And I feel like, you know, Cody made it clear, I'm going to hit you.
Yeah.
You hit me, like, I'm going to hit you. So I don't know when
because that's all the cool superstars. You know, you raise Steve Austin's arm, you're getting stunned.
Yeah.
You know, you congratulate the Undertaker, you're getting choke slammed.
Yeah.
The bad superstars, it's what happened. The Rock, you get rock bottom for raising his hand and congratulating him sometimes. I would love to see Cody to do a little gotcha.
Yeah.
And then we could be okay.
Totally.
Sometimes your heel turn got to be a little humbled before you can be a babyface.
Well, if Cody isn't able to give The Rock a receipt for that slap,
no doubt.
before WrestleMania, even if The Rock helps Cody out, The Rock's getting that receipt.
Yeah.
Even if The Rock is like, hey, we're cool, right? Cody's gonna be like, well, I gotta hit you first, and then we might be cool.
But I owe you one.
I owe you one. Right, Maya? Yeah, you get it.
All right. Main event results. Before Raw, we had Tegan Knox defeated Chelsea Green. That sucks to see her take the L. And Akira Tozawa beat Dante Chen.
Interesting.
Random pairings they put up on these matches. I like to see Tegan Knox getting used, but you obviously know the big concern is, are those knees going to hold up?
Right.
And then Chelsea Green, I love that her character is basically bulletproof at this point. She can be 0 and 250.
And we love it.
Yeah.
We love it.
It actually helps her character to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that they just let Tozawa be Tozawa.
Yeah. He's so fun.
Yeah.
He's so fun.
It's great.
I'm trying to think of who he's kind of reminding me of right now. A little bit of...
what was the
Oh.
You don't say.
Oh, come on, Bob.
Old Tajiri back in the day when they used him in a little comedic spot. You know what I mean? A little better Santina Morella. You know, like kind of thing, you know? So.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of who was the guy that came out dancing with the conga line?
Oh, wow. No Way Jose?
Yeah.
Or Adam Rose?
No Way Jose. No Way Jose.
They've had many incarnations of this, you know? NXT, just checking in. The big storyline there is Mello versus Trick Williams. Two of their big stars. Two big stars of the future.
What'd you think of Vengeance?
I mean, I'm glad they finally played out the Mello turning on Trick. You know, they teased it for forever. It needed to be done.
And it was played out really well.
And people are behind Trick Williams. Yeah. And they need to... I love that they're cashing in on that. Yeah. I love they're making Dragunov pretty much unbeatable.
Yeah. That their match at Vengeance Day?
Yeah.
Is that what they're calling it? Vengeance Day? Fantastic match.
Dragunov's a star.
Yeah.
Dude's a beast.
Totally.
And that's the only other real storyline with NXT is a couple of the stars shining. Ridge Holland's back down in NXT. Baron Corbin's having a great storyline. Yeah. I love that Braun's still shining. They won the tournament, but then Braun's, you know, he's in the storylines now.
Totally.
So, getting courted by Raw and SmackDown is kind of nice. They're touting him out like that.
Yeah, I mean, I really like to see that. That's fun.
I did not like they did the Ridge Holland he hurt somebody else storyline. Wasn't a big fan of that.
Right. No,
you can't do that at the Big E and then expect us to be okay with that.
Totally.
You know? So, all right, let's kick it into Raw this week. We got another big match for next week on TV: Jey Uso and Gunther.
Jey Uso versus Gunther.
On TV.
Is it me?
I thought this was going to be a WrestleMania match.
Is it me, or am I just not sold on Jey Uso?
I don't think they've done enough to throw him in the Intercontinental. You can't build up Gunther and not, like, they've built up Jey. This has been a great storyline for him, but he's got to beat a big feud and then go to Gunther.
Are we going to see a WrestleMania like Jey Uso versus Gunther?
I thought we were getting brother versus brother. Maybe that's why they're doing Jey versus Gunther now, to build up Jey.
Maybe.
So he can go, but they're not really building up his brother. So maybe Solo's the guy.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't see Jey Uso beating Gunther. I see Gunther.
I don't see him beating Solo.
No, I see Jey Uso. I don't know. I just see. I mean, he's kind of on a losing streak. He hasn't really won too many matches. It feels like. I mean, I know they
it was
just
some
won the tag
6-man
match.
fun. You know, them and Imperium. New Day was in the mix.
Yeah.
I love seeing we had those classics with the Usos versus New Day back in the day. Now they're on the same squad.
Yeah, that's sick.
Lashley and LA Knight join Orton and DM Hunk in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
I love that nickname.
Totally.
This is DM Hunk. Come on now. But we're solid 4 to start with the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, so who do we got so far? It's
Orton, McIntyre, LA Knight, Lashley.
Totally. Okay. So do you see any other people that have lost being able to fight their way back in?
AJ? Because here's what the swerve they hit me with. I'm calling LA Knight versus AJ at WrestleMania.
Right.
LA cost AJ his match. AJ did not return the favor. He didn't even come out. You know what I mean? So, like, That threw me for a little loop. So I love that. You know, anytime I'm dead on the scent and then they throw me off, I'm like, all right, you got me there. That was good. But I still think we somehow get LA versus AJ. It's a great match. It's two big names. It could do wonders for LA Knights and AJ. I mean, it's one of those that if the match is good enough, it doesn't matter who wins. I mean, it matters who wins, but it also could be beneficial to the loser.
Right. I think AJ Styles is going to have a big 2024.
What's his storyline?
Like, I almost think
does he cost LA Knight the Elimination Chamber? We have seen that. People can cause a ruckus the day of the event.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I'm one of those wrestling fans that believes like AJ Styles should always have a title.
Okay. He just
I
looks
think he's
good with the gold.
good. I think he's that good. I think he sets the bar.
I was wishing he was going to. Like, I'm okay with Kevin Owens taking down Logan Paul. He doesn't need a belt. It infuriates me that he has
Logan
a belt.
Paul?
Yeah.
I think it's great for the sport.
Yeah, I think
it's great for the sport. I think he's a great heel.
But I love that he's being himself, I guess. I don't know.
I look forward to Logan Paul matches because I'm like, what's going to happen? I will
give it to him. He's fantastic.
You know, I'm always
should not be as good as he is in the ring.
No, but he's great. Because, again, I'll say it. It's like he's actually fighting for his life to survive every single match.
I wanted more Ricochet and Logan Paul. Those matches were spectacular. They could fight forever.
They're not using Ricochet properly.
No, God, no. How do you feel about them using Shinsuke and Sammy in this kind of like mini feud?
I'm into it. I love what they're doing with Shinsuke. I love this like comic book kind of like he's just trying to ruin everyone's good time.
I did like the interrupt the empty arena interview. That was some good imagery.
Yeah, and again, that goes into, WWE trying to create more realism, especially in their like out of ring stuff.
Naturally, not trying too hard.
Yeah, like what we're going to start seeing, from what I understand, is a lot more promos kind of being cut, not necessarily with like a full interview, but more, two superstars out to lunch. And then they're going to film that. Like what we've seen with like the LWO.
You've seen a lot of that in NXT. So like,
see a lot of that in NXT.
Okay. Because I've been loving like the family stuff.
Exactly. So I think we're going to see a lot more of that. And I like it because honestly, I think you're giving your superstars, a better opportunity for their acting to be showcased, when it's backstage and it's live and it's
looser
and it's one shot, get it right. You're kind of like, oh God. But if like they're able to like kind of put some production and time and acting and direction behind it, then it's just creating for better product, better storylines. I think we're going to see a lot of that with Rock and Roman. I think we're going to see a lot of cinematic type of storytelling. Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, why not take Ballers?
Yeah.
Mix it with WWE, and I think that's how the Rock story and the Bloodline's going to be told. We're going to see them on private jets. We're going to see them living that life.
I did see the little side note. I did see that Young Bucks have kind of taken Roman's music a little bit.
Have they?
It sounds pretty much identical.
Oh man,
they're both very Succession-y. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I heard the music and I was like,
good for them. I mean, the Young Bucks are at that level when you think about tag teams.
Challenging Sting, and they get to be Sting's last match, so that's cool. On the ladies' side, Liv stamps her ticket in the Elimination Chamber.
Liv.
She joins Becky and Bianca, so that's also shaping up
Liv's grown
to
on
be
me.
A fantastic field.
Yeah, Liv's grown on me. Excited about that. What were your thoughts on the Becky Lynch promo, talking about kids, talking about family, talking about missing her dad's funeral? That was kind of deep.
Yeah, I loved it. I think it gets better from here. You know? I think she's going to keep firing because I ultimately think she's the one that faces Rhea at WrestleMania. I think that's what they're gearing up towards. I think that's the big money.
But that's what they came out and promoted at the press conference, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's what they're saying.
So I think I could also see Bianca and Rhea. We've wanted that for a little while now.
Yeah.
An extended feud. I know we've gotten it here and there, but like an extended feud with Bianca and but they're both young in this feud. Like I think we get Becky Rhea right now. Yeah. And probably Bianca Rhea maybe SummerSlam.
Yeah, I can see that.
Did have to watch R-Truth get beat up and kicked out.
Hate that, dude.
For the millionth time, get kicked out of Judgment Day.
Just watching our boy get bullied.
He's on fire right now, dude. Any segment he touches is gold.
People love R-Truth, man. He's one of those guys that's just tapped in.
Yeah.
Tapped into the character, tapped in with the fans, completely understands it. It's really...
I love that they had him on the bloodline. They had and R-Truth. I love it, man. But like I said, anything DIY with the save, not the Miz.
Right.
That was interessante.
Yeah. I love DIY.
Yeah, but what are they doing here? Like, they already lost.
I mean, again, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, they put on some of the best matches in NXT history. Yeah. Now that they're a tag team, I mean, I want to see them do some epic stuff, but I don't know. Yeah, where do they go from here? What are their characters?
I don't really see them winning.
Yeah. No, I mean,
because they're next for Judgment Day. They get the spot.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see Pete Dunne and Big Strong Boy.
I love that Pete Dunne's back, right? They were calling him Butch. Now
I absolutely love Pretty Deadly.
Yeah.
Like, who is this Pete Dunne?
My girlfriend loves Pretty Deadly. Every time they come on, she's like, these guys are fantastic.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
She's like, I finally get wrestling.
Yes.
Because of Pretty Deadly. I'm like, okay.
Laura's the same way. She can't get enough of it. Like we touched on a little bit, great Cody Seth segment on Raw.
Great segment. I mean, really fantastic segment. And
then they nail it home with Cody making the save for Sammy at the end of the show. Mm-hmm. They're building this guy up, and not even building him up. They're letting him do his thing.
Totally,
because he doesn't. They're not like he's not. This is the first time in a while I've seen a superstar be able to do your standard hero stuff night in and night out, and not eventually get booed for it.
Yeah, I mean, when you really think about it, Cody is kind of John Cena right now,
right?
John Cena. But they're
not chanting Cena sucks.
But they're not. Yeah, and they're not chanting Cody sucks. There's a genuine authenticity to Cody. People know his story. They know where he's been. They know what he's been through. And again, the fact that Cody crybabies, the fact that people are talking about Cody Rhodes, the fact that people were
ESPN,
the fact that people were talking about The Rock coming in, and again, when I mean people, I'm talking about just like strangers, like casual wrestling fans. Cody has hit that Cena moment, but he wasn't even. Again, it's hard to say. He hasn't been anointed. He won the Royal Rumble twice.
Yeah.
In a way, that's being anointed. Yeah. It's not like
only
LA
Knight. Get away with that.
LA Knight is kind of.
He's got to win next year.
But LA Knight.
Yeah.
I think LA Knight needs to win next year.
Yeah.
Or
what is this for?
Or he'll miss his window. Or he'll miss his window.
Can you see any other feuds coming out of Raw heading to WrestleMania?
I mean, that's tough. I mean, let's see here. What I mean, I want to like that's what we're trying to figure out is like what match does everyone get?
Because I mean, what's Finn doing? Like, what's Finn doing? The tag? What's the tag title's going to look like?
What's Kevin Owens doing? Like,
I like that they're already playing in the Sammy's got to find his spot. Yeah, there's always that character that's got to. WrestleMania is leaving me behind. I got to find a way. So it looks like Sammy's at it for this year. Yeah,
I mean, I even think that, to even fit the Judgment Day in, that there might even be like a failed cash-in in which someone for the Judgment Day is responsible. Judgment Day implodes. I just hope it's not JD. I hope it's Dominic. Stays isolated.
Or it's got to be Finn,
within itself.
Yeah. So it's Judgment Day's on the table. We got to see what's happening for them. Miz, they built him up into a baby face. We got to see what happens with him. I'm excited to see Lashley and the Street Profits. Looks like we're headed towards them in Final Testament, but that's more of a SmackDown.
Yeah,
thing,
and again, in that I hate to say it, feels uninspired.
It does.
It feels like they're just squeezing these guys in, and after watching, the Bianca and Montez show, you can tell Montez is like doing his best.
Yeah.
But
like,
he hates it. And you can tell.
He wants to be a single star. I think he's over the street profit. That's the what I get mostly from the show. And
you can tell that his boy is over it too. He's like, I am done with this. He's not even trying. No. Montez is the only one trying.
He at least got into shape for it.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch it over to SmackDown. Random, low-key, Ashanti, Adonis, and Cedric Alexander are a tag team.
Okay.
Didn't even drop it on SmackDown. They had to do it on WWE socials.
Yeah.
Didn't even give him a promo time.
I love it. Squeeze it in. Just squeeze it in. We're squeezing stuff in. They still got so many people on the roster that I'm like, Cedric Alexander's still there?
Yeah.
Bring back the Cruiserweight title for some of these people.
Right.
That's what we need.
I don't get it, man. LA, like I said, LA cost AJ his spot in the Elimination Chamber. Didn't return the favor. Yeah. So I'm very intrigued to see where this Lone Wolf AJ Styles character is headed.
Yeah. I love it. And I want to see who's he going to face at Mania. I mean, you're talking about it being LA Knight. I could definitely see that. But I don't want to see
Orton's
AJ
on the table.
I just don't want to see AJ keep losing, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to see some of these guys
I was trying to think
losing.
of a face he could face at Mania and go over, and the choices are limited.
Right.
And they're really face heavy right now.
They are.
Like who they're pushing.
Because even some of their heels are faces. Like Drew McIntyre's like
the anti-hero we've wanted for years.
He's like a heel, but like he's a face that we all love. CM Punk is somehow a baby face now. Like, if you had told me...
Yeah, how's this dude come back from that long and we're like, there he is?
How is CM Punk a babyface? How is The Rock a heel? I mean, it's crazy.
But they're just letting it go.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I love... You remember years ago they talked about we're going towards more character base and not necessarily this guy's a face or this guy's a heel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now they're finally actually doing it.
Yeah, they really are.
They're finally doing the things they talked about.
What's because Triple H is in charge.
When Triple H sat in that ring, was it 4 years ago now, where he's like, you guys are in charge. I'm like,
do you remember when, oh my God, I'll never forget. I had just gotten back into wrestling when like the McMahon family and Triple H came out and apologized. Well, they came out and apologized for how bad the show had been.
Yeah.
They were like, wait a minute. They're like, we're gonna restart.
But then it didn't get
any better. And
it got
like,
worse in some aspects.
But we stuck with it. I knew on the other side of this.
We're headed on the other side.
Yeah.
We do get Rock, Roman, and Triple H live this Friday at SmackDown.
Triple H will be there too?
Yep.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, Heyman said, remember, he's like, I'll be back, but I'm bringing them with me. So I just assumed Triple H was going to be there to see it.
And I'm curious as to what direction this goes in, because, again, The Rock is adamant that in order for it to be the biggest WrestleMania of all time, one of the matches on the card has to be Rock versus Roman. So I'm curious.
I would love that Triple H was like, well, guess what? It happens tonight.
I'm curious if they... Well, that's what they're going to do. They're going to be like, we'll do it tonight. And then everyone will get excited and they'll be like, one person will
be like, whoa,
no. But no, I mean, so, and again, they're promoting WrestleMania 40 as the biggest WrestleMania of all time. Not WrestleMania 41.
Yeah.
They're promoting this one.
Yeah, what is it like?
They are leaning in heavy to that strategy of this is going to be the biggest one. So I think
when you just put it like that, that let me down in such a depressing way. Rock versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 41.
It could be. I mean, they could do it then too. But if WrestleMania 40, like they said, is to be the biggest WrestleMania, the biggest card. And you know what? I think they're pulling the trigger too early on it, because how can it be the biggest WrestleMania when you don't have Charlotte Flair?
Yeah.
When you don't, when you don't have CM Punk and he's on your roster.
Yeah. You hadn't got MJF yet.
There's a few people still outstanding.
Yeah. Some people hadn't come over. Also on the SmackDown match list, we got KO versus Dominic Mysterio for Elimination Chamber qualifier.
Ooh, who wins that?
I think KO has to.
Yeah.
Or Logan costs him, and then that's setting up their They're more their stuff. Because I love that Austin Theory and Grayson Waller have de facto become kind of
buddies,
kind of Logan Paul stooges.
Yeah,
like I would kind of love to see them kind of go more into that. You know, like kind of could be like the B team with the Miz type thing. You know, like I would love to see them becoming like, hey man, hey Mr. Paul, what do you need us to do? Kind of thing. Because I mean, they're not using them. They could make them
totally
like that way for them to get into WrestleMania too. You know. Speaking of Logan Paul, we get Paul versus the Miz for the U.S. title on Friday as well. So
okay, that'll be exciting.
Just some match on match on match.
Yeah,
you know?
and I don't think that we get a clean finish.
Not with the way they're building up Miz.
No, it's not with the way they're building up Logan Paul.
Right, because I don't think they want either one of them really taking the L right now.
No.
So I think this match tells a lot of which direction both of them are headed.
Yeah.
Who makes the run in? Who makes the problem? I mean, maybe Paul cost KO earlier in the night. KO comes back.
Yeah. I mean, the Miz isn't even. I don't even know what they're doing with the Miz.
I thought he was going to make the save for R-Truth. I thought they were going to get Awesome. I thought Awesome Truth was going to be the team that finally took the belts off of Judgment Day.
You thought so?
With how hot R-Truth is? Are you
I feel like they don't give the Miz any.
I thought this was the whole reason they were building up the Miz is so he could be close to R-Truth's level, so they could give the belts to him.
No, I feel like I don't know what they're doing with the Miz. It seems like the Miz is just used to come out there and host. I mean, last year at WrestleMania, he just hosted it.
Yeah, I don't want him to do that.
No one's taking
Miz is hosting again. Like, no, I want him to have something. But like I said, I thought they were building him up to be a tag team champion, because I would love him and R-Truth again.
Yeah,
you kidding me? Like, that's some gold segments right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to see the Miz actually be taken seriously again. But
yeah. I think that's the way
they do it.
In a weird way, I think a comedic spot with R-Truth is the way to get him taken seriously again.
Yeah, maybe.
We get on the ladies' side. We get Naomi versus Zelina Vega, and Shotzi versus Tiffy Time.
Yeah.
How you feeling about Tiffany Stratton,
dude? I don't know. I'm not sold.
Not sold yet?
Not sold.
Well, you mentioned your girl Charlotte. I didn't know you were a Charlotte fan, so that's fun to know. But
big Charlotte fan.
Is she just a Charlotte 2.0
yeah,
to
I think
you?
so.
A Wish.com?
Yeah, it reminds me of what Lacey Evans. Was that her name, Lacey Evans?
Oof. I loved her Southern Belle gimmick. I feel like they killed her by taking that away from her.
Yeah. Oh, because that was great.
I hate it.
It was just a bad time. It was a bad time.
Cringeworthy when they brought in Ric Flair.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Well, it was a bad time.
Because we all knew he just got married.
Well, I mean, and that was a Vince McMahon thing. We knew Vince McMahon was still running things at that time.
Yeah, he was showing, hey, I'm still here.
Yeah, it was bad storyline, bad writing.
Yeah. Who's the two that gets in the chamber out of those two?
Between
Naomi, Zelina, Shotzi, Tiffany.
Naomi and Shotzi.
You think they pull the trigger on shots? Now is that your hate talking, or you really think that's where they're?
No, I think that's where they're going. I think Shotzi's going to produce. You know, I'm thinking about what moments can they produce in the chamber.
No, we're almost done.
What moments can they produce in the chamber? I'm thinking.
Well, see, I'm thinking they loved what Tiffany did in War Games, and they're going to put her in the chamber.
Yeah.
But then again, they probably loved what Shotzi did. So that's going to be... I'm intrigued to see which one they put. That match just became way more interesting.
Because then you got to think, well, then what are they doing with everyone else? But that card might be light. It's in Australia. They're not taking the whole roster. You know.
Oh,
it's
Perth?
Gonna be, yeah.
Perth. I don't know, man. The way the chamber matches they're already building up, they're swinging for the fences.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean the men's match has got a real stacked lineup right now. I'm like, dang, they really are going for it. There's no fillers in this one.
No, I do love that Zelina's been putting on some quality matches when she does get a chance to shine. So that Naomi Zelina match could steal the night.
Yeah.
We do get, the ongoing feud with Bayley and Damage Control. How you feeling? Things are setting in.
Dude, I love it.
Who's going to come to Bayley's aid after the year she had?
Ooh, good question. Good question.
It's a numbers game at this point.
Yeah, I mean, who historically could they bring back to be coming to Bayley's aid? I mean, I think there's an opportunity for a big return.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Mercedes Moné still has not officially appeared anywhere.
Yeah, but I don't think WWE's messing with her.
Yeah. You think she pissed him off?
Yeah, I think it just seems to me like, again, you've got to meet them halfway, and it just doesn't seem like she's willing to meet them
Well,
halfway.
I think it's Paige all over again. They're like, I don't feel like your star is as bright as you think it is.
Right.
You can go do your thing, try to prove us wrong.
Yeah.
And then you didn't prove us wrong.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, because she's doing great in AEW, but look who's stealing the show. It's Toni Storm.
Right. Totally.
So, and then we talked about it a little bit earlier. Pete Dunne is back. How you feeling about him and Tyler Bate?
Dude, I think they're a great tag team. I want to see them just run through people. Again, I like characters that are just like clearly defined. Yeah. They're clearly defined characters.
Yeah.
Even with Butch,
British strong style.
Yeah, British strong style, just like ruthless.
Why was Trent Seven on the outside of these? Because I feel like they were loving the trios there for a little bit. I feel like Trent got let go before he could get into this whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
British people, well, that's all I got this week, man. You got anything you want to add? Where you anything you think they're going with on SmackDown? Any final thoughts?
Oh man, no, I don't know.
She's got plenty to say.
You got something to say?
She said,
"You got
don't
something
bring
to
back
say?
any more aging stars."
Yeah. No. I mean, it definitely is interesting that they're moving away from using legends.
Yeah. Triple H is like, I'm all the legend they need.
Yeah, Triple H is all the legend they need. The Rock is all the legend they need.
Anymore. So, we don't need anybody else.
Yeah. But
I love that when people come back, it means something now.
Yeah.
It's not just they're not touting out poor legends to wrestle when they don't need to be wrestling anymore.
Right.
They're not coming out and just killing Heath Slater.
Right.
I'm loving that a return means something again.
Totally.
And now I'm like, what can they do at WrestleMania? Because someone's got to come back.
Right.
Even if it's just an appearance.
Right. It'll be interesting to see what they do.
All right. Well, we got some great matches coming, some great cards coming. We got some awesome. Looks like SmackDown and Raw is going to be must watch every week going forward. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on Project Nerd's channel and both mine and Evan's channel, where you can catch some clips of the show. And tune into our Instagram channel at Spandex_Standups, where we will do a promo of the week, where we'll watch an old promo that one of us picked out and just critique it and go over it and talk about it. So hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.